Good evening. My name is Tyler Irwin. I would like for you to close your eyes and imagine with me. You're on your normal commute to work, just like any other day. You take the off-ramp onto the freeway, and you quickly realize that it's not just another normal day. The traffic is slowed to a stop, and as you creep forward, a scene unfolds in front of you. On the right shoulder, you can see a line of ambulances and emergency personnel. You can see a mangled motorcycle and a young man being attended to. Later in the evening, on the news, you learn that this young man has lost his life, all because he made the detrimental decision of not wearing a helmet. In the United States, 88,000 motorcycle accidents occurred last year. Wearing a helmet will drastically reduce the risk of injury and possible death, minimize healthcare costs and the results of an accident, and most importantly, ensure that our motorcycle riders return home to their families. I'd like to share some information to enlighten you. Out of 88,000 motorcycle accidents, 4,978 of those were fatalities. According to the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, people who do not wear a helmet while riding a motorcycle are more likely to be killed in an accident. 41% of motorcycle operators and 51% of motorcycle passengers who died in 2008 were not wearing a helmet. When you do not wear a helmet, you are gambling on your own life. It is proven to show when wearing the proper equipment, it greatly reduces the risk of injury. At the time of an accident, if you are wearing a Department of Transportation DOT approved helmet, you reduce the risk of fatal injury by an estimated 42%, and an outstanding 69% reduction in head injuries. However, not all states enforce laws binding the individual to wearing a helmet. The argument is that it will impede on the individual's freedom of rights of choice. Those that support this argument state that wearing a helmet is your own choice of your own health, such as smoking a cigarette is your own choice to your own health, or visiting a fast food diner multiple times in one day. Yes, this ideology may resonate with some. However, why would you put a gamble on your own life and risk the result of injury or possible death? Additionally, in the unfortunate event of a motorcycle accident, and that person is wearing a motorcycle helmet, the medical expenses are diminished drastically. Stated in the article, the economic impact of helmet use on motorcycle accidents, non-helmeted patients required $12,239 more in hospital costs per patient than those that were wearing a helmet. That is enough money to put a down payment on a car or possibly upgrade your house. Not to mention, if that motorcyclist did not have the proper insurance, that money would be coming straight out of their own pocket. This figure does not include, however, the ongoing cost of rehabilitation or possible surgeries after discharge in the case of a more severe motorcycle accident. The economic burden does not only fall on the individual or individuals that are directly involved in the accident. but on the American taxpayer as well. Statistics from the National Center of Injury Prevention and Control convey that injuries and deaths from motorcycle-related crashes in 1 year totaled $12 billion. Studies have also shown that a substantial portion of these costs are made by the U.S. public, and that Medicaid is accounting for over half of all these charges. This information shows that even if you are not a motorcycle rider, it is economically efficient to encourage those that do ride to strap on that helmet. The most important message is to ensure riders make it home safely. The statistics all point towards the fact that wearing a helmet drastically improves rider safety. Do not let the temptation of letting the wind blow through your hair corrupt your decision of wearing a helmet. Do it for yourself, your family, and the community that you live in. Now, I would like for you to think back to the beginning. Think back to the accident that we imagined. The outcome of that young man losing his life did not have to be that way. If only he would have worn a helmet, he could have survived that accident. Now let us all be an advocate of wearing a helmet to reduce death. Let us all be an advocate of wearing a helmet to reduce medical costs. And finally, let us all be an advocate of bringing our motorcycle loved ones home safely. Thank you. Is there any questions?
Yes. What is the safest type of helmet?
Okay, so usually on the streets you would see 3 types of helmet. There's open face, where it's just on the top of your head. Modular, where the front mask actually will slide up and down. And then a full face helmet, where the helmet is fixed around the front of your face with a shield. The safest type of helmet will be that full face helmet because it provides support for front impacts as well as back impacts, and that helmet front bar will keep you safe.
How much does a high quality helmet cost?
So for a high quality helmet, and if we're speaking about a full face, the costs are going to typically go from about $300 all the way up to about $800. Yes, this might sound steep. However, if you look back at the statistics that I passed today, that is much cheaper than the $12,000 that it will cost for you in extra medical care if you are not wearing a helmet.
What are the helmet laws that are enforced?
So there are 3 main helmet laws that are enforced throughout the United States. Most states, thankfully, have a full helmet law, so all riders are going to be wearing helmets. However, some states have what are called partial helmet laws, and this is only covered to riders that are younger than 21 or younger than 18. And there's 3 states that have no helmet laws whatsoever, and that's who I'm trying to persuade to help get the point across that they're hurting people by not enforcing helmet laws.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time tonight.